You're watching the Pops on Hops podcast, where we listen to some pops, drink a little hops, and I get to hang out with my pop. I'm Abigail Hummel.
And I'm Barry Hummel, and we want to welcome you to an ongoing series of food-related items that we're reviewing, things we picked up here and there along the way that are beer-themed or Pops on Hops themed. And today, Abigail is going to share a savory treat with us.
Yes, so I was at a blueberry festival at Amberbrook Farms in Williston, Florida, which is up near me in Gainesville, and I saw 2 bags of beer-flavored pretzels, and I knew I had to have them. So we are reviewing Boardwalk Craft Pretzels IPA-flavored pretzel pieces. A close-up on that.
Yeah, fabulous looking.
As well as the beer cheese-flavored pretzel pieces. Little close-up of that.
Awesome.
So I think we should do the beer cheese first, do you think?
I was going to defer to you. This is your app.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's do the beer cheese first. Okay. So these bite-sized sourdough pretzel pieces with the flavors of sharp cheddar cheese, just the right amount of spice, and the malty backbone of an amber ale. Crunchy and satisfying with a classic beer cheese flavor.
So I'm going in knowing I like sourdough, but I'm not such an amber beer fan. So let's see how this plays out.
But you like cheese.
Cheese is good.
I love
cheese.
I love beer cheese in particular. When we get a giant pretzel, he's the mustard guy. I'm the beer cheese guy.
Yeah. This is the worst content we've ever produced. That's a callback for those of you who know what I'm talking about.
Season 1. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. I think the cheese is pretty subtle. And
I agree.
I took a bunch of different pieces, so like this little one has a lot more. That happens when you get these kinds of pretzels in stores, where some of them have more of the spread on it than others. But I like the flavor. But as a cheese fan, I would like a little stronger cheese flavor.
It's more mustardy to me than cheesy. I know we just said mustard, but to me it has a mustardy flavor.
Well, that's one of my favorite convenience store pickups is those bags of pretzels that have the mustard powder on them, like this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm addicted to those.
They're so good. And these taste like those.
I hope you like all the chewing noises we're creating today.
All right, well.
I would eat them again.
I would as well.
So I'm going to give it a 3.5. Another new category, so go with the baseline and work from there.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5 too. I like them very much, but they're not really flavored how I'm expecting them to be.
I would have liked a stronger flavor.
Because, I mean, and we didn't even touch on the beer because I'm sure you didn't taste any beer.
No, I didn't really know.
I sure didn't taste any beer. So
agreed.
But I am going to have one more because they're delicious.
I was smart enough to get the glass of water to you.
And now we will move on to our IPA flavored pretzel pieces. Our bite-sized IPA hard pretzels pair perfectly with the hoppy flavors of IPA-style beers. Boardwalk IPA craft pretzels deliver a piney, citrusy flavor with just the right amount of salt and the satisfying crunch of a sourdough pretzel. Try our craft pretzels with your next cold IPA.
Well, do I need to break and get an IPA?
I don't... Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure we have one in the fridge.
You want to get one?
I'm going to go get an IPA.
All right.
Stay tuned.
All right. So our beer-free episode has turned into a beer-full episode.
Come on. Pops on hops.
All right, Dad. Tell us what you're pouring.
Oh, I have the Lost Province IPA. It's an American IPA. It's from Lost Province Brewing Company in Boone, North Carolina.
Boone.
This was part of the beer that Laurie Willard brought back all those ages ago when she did her beer run for us, looking primarily for Appalachian beers for that episode that we did from the band that lived in Boone.
Yep.
Or started in Boone.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
And I'm pouring that into our Hogtown Craft Beer Festival beer glasses, which we've been to twice. So I have one from year 1 and one from year 2.
2 different colors. Show the close-up.
There they are.
All right, so here's how I think we should do this.
Test a pretzel.
Yes.
Then we'll make the judgment call.
Yes. All right.
And then I might retcon the beer cheese also.
Not a bad idea.
Just one piece?
Oh, well, of course, take more. I was trying to get you a nice seasoned looking one.
Yeah. Well, I'll go through them and decide. Okay.
All right.
Cheers. Better. Way better. Right?
Way better. It is piney and citrusy. Like identifiably. It's actually made my tongue tingle a little bit.
I don't think you can say that on YouTube.
Tingle?
A tongue twister of tongue tingle.
It has my mouth, it's not an unpleasant sensation, but it's a little tingly, which is weird. But now I'm going to try it with the IPA.
So how should we do this? Should we have the IPA and then eat the pretzel?
I think I'm going to chew the pretzel a little bit, not swallow, and then take a sip of IPA and swallow it all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be consistent.
Okay.
Cheers.
Fine.
I'll say it pairs well with the beer. The beer obviously has the stronger flavor, so it kind of removes the subtlety of the pretzel to do that. But if I was sitting in a bar and having this, it's well matched.
Yeah. It doesn't pair poorly with the beer, but I don't know that it pairs well with the beer. It's just kind of
It's like eating
combo.
pretzels with beer, right?
It's exactly like eating
It
pretzels
becomes a
with
regular
beer.
pretzel with the IPA sort of wiping out the subtle flavors of the pretzel.
Exactly.
Now, the other way I do these when I go to tastings is I do the opposite. I have the beer,
You have it. Okay. Well, let me get another.
and then I eat the pretzel. And it tastes exactly like a plain pretzel in the context of the IPA. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yes, it does. But interestingly, because I sipped the IPA first, the IPA left my palate before the pretzel did. So I got a tiny little faintness of that interesting citrusy flavor from the pretzel.
So now we have to do it simultaneously. No, it's
no
impossible. So just to show off the label of the beer that we sampled as part of that, and we may have reviewed this before, so we don't need to go through that, do we? Of the beer?
I'm not sure we have reviewed this one.
I think I had a can of this because Laurie brought them back, and
Well, you've definitely.
I think I reviewed mine when I drank
I'm sure you did.
it. Okay, so let's not do that. Right.
So this pretzel without the beer, I think I'll give a 4.0.
Wow.
Really interesting. With the beer, well, I don't really care for this beer. I would give this beer a 3.25. So the pretzel with the beer, 3.5.
Yeah, well, of course, I would eat the pretzels with the beer, so I would have to, by default, give it a 3.5 because I would eat it again. And I'm with you. I think I'm going to give the pretzel alone a 4. And I'm comparing that. I do have some frame of reference for this because I would give those mustard-style pretzels a very high rating, like a 4.5 or a 4.75. Now, I like those better than these. But these are in that ballpark. I mean, the flavor's that it's strong enough to be memorable. So I like it a lot. Good call. Good app.
And I've eaten a lot of flavored pretzels in my day. I love a flavored pretzel. I'm not sure I've ever had one with quite a citrusy flavor. And so that was really unique and interesting to me. I think that was the coolest part about the pretzel. It was very distinctly citrus.
That was an excellent find. So again, that was Boardwalk Craft Pretzels. That was the IPA flavored pretzel.
Yep.
All right.
And I think that concludes this episode. If you need more of our content in your life, Pops on Hops Pod is who we are across all of our branding: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Email address is popsonhopspod@gmail.com. Website is popsonhopspod.com. We hope to see some of you on our social media.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.